Hey folks, Morro from Morrominut here. Just wanted to talk about an important topic about how I personally play Morrowind. Now, if you're a regular of Morrowind, you'll recognize that this start screen is not the one that you'll get if you just buy the game off of Steam. And that's because I'm not running the base game you get off Steam. I'm running the OpenMW version. Now, I don't really have time to get into what OpenMW is, probably a topic for a future video, but let's just say, in my personal opinion, you should be playing OpenMW over the base version, even if you play with no mods. So, let's get into it. How does Morro from Morrominut play Morrowind? Even if I'm playing a vanilla playthrough, I consider this universal. How do I play Morrowind? And to show this off, I've already got a save file made, so let's load into that. Alright, here we are in the lovely starting town of Cedanine. Thank you. Here's my beautiful character, of course. Classic, nothing special here. Heavy armor, doing a two-handed build. But that's not what you're here for. You're here for how do I play the game. So I'll show off my settings. So, nothing too special. I know a lot of people like to use the always use special attacks. I don't. I like the whole, like I have to move left or right to do the swings. Gotta move forward, backwards to do chops. I know some people like this. I don't. As for difficulty, I find difficulty 50 to be the sweet spot. Anything more than this is just a little bit too masochistic to me. And besides late game, when you really get to that god mode threshold, it's just not really going to do anything anyway. 50 is where it's just hard enough in the early game, but not too annoying. As for everything else, nothing too complicated. I like a crosshair. I like subtitles. I doubt this is controversial. Autosave when rest, of course. I can process actors really far away. This game was made in 2001. It's 2024. I can handle it. Now, I am running a few mods, as I'm sure you can probably just spot just by looking at the screen. I have a holster. I can actually see my weapon on my back. You can look around. This guy's got holsters for his weapons. If we look at my inventory, I can have left and right gauntlets. In base game, they just look the same. The icon's the same. If we go to the shop, you'll notice icons for spells, like scrolls, and potions will actually look a little different. And the reason they look that way is so that you can actually tell what the potion scroll is without having to hover over them, which is just nice. So now that I've shown you what my game looks like internally, I want to show you what my setup looks like when I'm booting up OpenMW. So when I boot up OpenMW, this is what it looks like to me. For those curious, I am running OpenMW 0.48. Perhaps by the time this video comes out, they're on 0.49, or by the time you're watching it, they're on 0.49, but as of time of making this, the current version is 0.48. Now, I have two playlists that I alternate between, either my vanilla playlist or my modded playlist, and I will show you the differences between those two. But the vanilla playlist was the one I was just showing you, so I'll start there. Now, all of the mods that I have in OpenMW will be loaded no matter what. It's just the playlist will automatically save which ones I want checked. So I was running with expansion delay, so I won't have to deal with those stupid Dark Brotherhood assassins until a reasonable time. Left-handed icons. The official plugins are already in the game, because for some reason, if you buy it off Steam, they're not in the game, even though Bethesda made it. The scrolls and icons for the potions. And that's it. That's the only mods I run with in my vanilla. However, if I run my modded playset, which is down here, all of this stuff will be put in. So the big ones are rebalances. I think the economy gets broken in late game Morrowind. Anyone who's an experienced Morrowind player will have to agree with that. I've run a bunch of quest mods. The big one, which I keep near the top, is of course Tamriel Rebuilt. I like that. I have a Magicka regen. It runs a lot like Oblivion's Magicka, where it's based off willpower. That's mostly it. I have a few graphical things, like changing the models for artifacts, because a lot of artifacts are just vanilla base artifacts like iron weapons that have unique stats instead of having a unique model. I have one that changes how leveling works. I have one that makes leveling slower, because I have so many quest mods that you end up being over leveled by the time you get to all the content. I have a few that adds in a bunch of NPCs, just so it's a little bit less dead. So yeah, that's basically what I run with. If you have any suggestions for mods you'd like to suggest for me, I'd love to hear it. Put them in the comments, of course. Alright, I'm sure you got the gist now. Let's head back in game. Morro here, reporting in from guard duty at the Palace of Vivek, reminding you that you have a duty to the three to like, comment any future video ideas, and to subscribe. That is, unless you're a filthy outlander.